right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
It was Wednesday, May 29th, and the Yankees were taking on the Angels in Game 2 of a 3-game set. Luis Gil was on the mound and trying to continue his recent dominance, and Anthony Volpi was trying to make it 21 straight games with a hit. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
New York City.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back, kid.
Looking to boost your sports betting game? Meet OddsJam, the ultimate ally for data-driven wagering. With 260-plus sports books, it's your go-to platform. Here's how it works. OddsJam's arbitrage tool spots differences in betting lines, letting you lock in risk-free profits. Plus, optimize bets with a positive EV calculator and track profits with a convenient bet tracker. Try it risk-free with a 7-day trial. Use code RECAPS for 35% off your first month. Link is in the description. Bet smart. Bet responsibly with OddsJam. I tell you, heart attack a minute with Clay Holmes. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I was just watching some training footage of Mike Tyson to distract me when Clay Holmes was in there. I wouldn't want to fight him. But anyway, Yankees hang on to win. After midnight now in the East, thanks to those of you who have stayed up to catch the podcast live. I appreciate it. I had a bit of a stomach issue last night and throughout the day today, and Clay Holmes did not make it much better. But to the people who are watching this tomorrow and maybe went to bed a little bit early, you missed another outstanding performance by Luis Gil. We had a Little League home run from Anthony Volpi on a triple where the throw ended up going into the camera well. He's got a 21-game hit streak now, by the way. He went 2 for 5, and every day he creeps closer and closer to that 300 batting average. Now, I know batting average doesn't matter anymore, according to the experts, but you look at the player he was last year where he hit 209, and you look at the guy who's hitting 288 this year, right? Almost 80 points difference. And he's just a completely transformed hitter. Very consistent. I'd love to see him get to 30 games. Let's put away all the stuff if he's going to chase down DiMaggio. There's no chance of that happening. But 30 games, he could do that. And I hope he does. Hits frickin' matter. And I will take that to my grave. Yankees didn't do much with Tyler Anderson. Mr. Anderson. He is not a great pitcher. He walked 6 guys tonight. Yankees could not make him pay. Ton of little tiny mistakes by the Yankees in the past few days, and they had some more today. In Game 1, we had the send by Rojas on the play where Gleyber got thrown out at home. We had the error from Rizzo. Tonight, we had Stanton swinging at the first pitch after 2 walks to load the bases, and it led to a double play. Obviously, it was a weird call. It was the interference play. There's a pop-up at second base. We'll talk about it. But Aaron Boone got ejected. That helped Anderson out. So, honestly, though, I'm not sure with Stanton what was worse. Swinging at that first pitch tonight with the bases loaded after 2 walks, or the pitch he swung at last night that missed the strike zone, not by inches. No, not by inches, but by feet. But thankfully, the Yankees had Luis Gil tonight. Let's break it down.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
The Yankees got screwed in the first inning. Should have been a simple infield fly rule. Bases loaded. Stanton pops up to second base, and Soto was trying to get back to second, and the fielder backed right into him. And somehow Soto got called out for that. I guess it's the letter of the law, but there was a play that was similar to that last week, and MLB said that the runner shouldn't have been called out, but bunch of crap. We did get a voicemail out of it. Aaron Boone got ejected 2 outs into the ball game, but let's play that voicemail.
Man, did we get screwed in that first inning or what? What is Stanton doing? We do this time and time again, and it drives me nuts. The pitcher just walked Soto and Judge. We got bases loaded. He's on the ropes. Why are you swinging at the first pitch?
George is getting upset. I got a lot of problems with you people.
Amen, brother. Amen. Yankees dented home plate first. Solo home run from Alex Verdugo. I would love to show you the highlight on full screen, but MLB won't let me. I'm working to get that resolved. Hopefully we'll have that back up at some point. 8th home run of the season. Great bat flip. Look, I love Verdugo's personality. I think he's a great fit for this team. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, you got to re-sign him. You can't let him walk. Look, it's going to come down to what the Yankees do with Soto. If the Yankees sign Soto, you can kiss Verdugo goodbye. I'm sorry, they're not going to pay him. Now, if Soto goes to the Mets or somewhere else, then yeah, Verdugo's back on the table. He'll probably be a, condolence prize or whatever, or consolation prize, sorry. It's late, folks. It's late. But DJ LeMahieu had a really great day defensively. He made a jumping catch at third base on a line drive. He made an awesome sliding catch on the pop-up. His first hit was on a ground ball that hit Anthony Rizzo, who was running. I think Rizzo might have stepped in front of it to kind of block a double play, but if the ball hits the runner, the hitter gets a hit, and Rizzo got called out. But just a weird play. I think it might have been intentional. I was looking at Rizzo, and I think he ran right into it, or at least didn't care if he got hit. But, DJ looks good at third base, so we'll hope he gets the bat going. But let's talk about the man of the hour, Mr. Luis Gil. Another fantastic outing from Luis. Struck out the side in the 4th inning, and from there it was on. It was one of the more dominant innings that I've seen him throw. Fastball was sitting at 98 at the top of the zone. And the Angels just had very little chance tonight. He worked 6 1/3 innings of one-hit shutout ball before he served up an opposite field home run. But still, you have to say it's a pretty good day when you begin the game with a 2.11 ERA, and when you leave the game, it's even lower. Final line, 8 magnificent innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts on the season. 11 games started, 1.99 ERA, 63 1/3 innings, 79 strikeouts, 31 walks, and he has filled in admirably for Gerrit Cole. You couldn't ask for anything more, but it's getting to that point now where Gerrit Cole is approaching a return, and when he does, I think that there's a high probability that Luis Gil's going to either go on maybe a short IL trip or go down in the minor leagues or go to the bullpen, because he's just been so good that he's racking up all of these innings. And they don't want him throwing 170, 180 innings, I promise you. They say there's no innings limit, but you can't take that at face value. They see now that they have a future ace, and they're going to want to get maximum value out of that. So they're going to want to be very protective over him. I want him starting in the playoffs, but to do that, he's going to have to be, fresh. So they're going to have to probably sit him down for, sometime in July or August for, let's say, 4 weeks, either in the bullpen or in the minor leagues or on the IL or whatever. A little vacation, little trip to, Sandals or whatever. Take your girlfriend. And then you start working him back in September. You give him a couple of 2-inning stints, a 3-inning stint, and then, hopefully get him up to 5 innings by the time the playoffs start. But phenomenal outing from Luis Gil. Francis Healy pointing out that they did make Dave Righetti a closer at one point. I mean, they've done that. Pitchers go back and forth between the rotation and the bullpen. It's not as unusual. Everybody likes to point out the Jabba Chamberlain situation, the Jabba rules. Jabba came up through the minor leagues as a starting pitcher. A lot of people forget that. And he was absolutely lights out. But they transferred him to the bullpen because he was up against his innings limit. And then what did he do? He completely dominated in the last couple of months of the season. I think he had 38 scoreless innings or something like that, or 0.38 ERA. For some reason, it's late at night, but the number 0.38 is sticking in my head for some reason. But he ended up, succumbing to the midges in Cleveland that year. But he was outstanding out of the pen. And that kind of created this dichotomy in the clubhouse and in the front office as to, well, do we make him a starter or do we make him a reliever? And ultimately that screwed him up. They tried him as a starter. They tried him as a reliever. He ended up having a shoulder issue. He ended up having Tommy John surgery, ended up gaining 100 pounds. So Jabba didn't work out. But I think Luis Gil's going to be a different situation. I think that they're going to probably need him in the bullpen for a little bit. And then when the playoffs roll around, they're going to ramp him up as a starter. You can't have that kind of starting pitching, on the bench in the playoffs. So Brandon McCollum says, Cardiac Clay strikes again. Beat me to it. Clay Holmes came in for the ninth and immediately put 2 runners on base. Nice play by Verdugo that is not going to be talked about. It's going to be overlooked. But there was a shot down the line. He got over and got to it quickly and made the throw in. He actually overthrew the cutoff man and overthrew second base. But he got there quickly and he held the runner at first. That might have saved the game from being tied. So nice job. Holmes ended up giving a couple of P-Rod ground balls up, but got the save, and the Yankees hang on to win.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
Richard C. says, so Jabba Chamberlain and Phil Hughes were supposed to be Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling. Don't forget they had Ian Kennedy coming up around the same time, who was another. You were thinking, remember with the Mets with Generation K? That's kind of what I was thinking at that point. But you knew it would be too good to be true. You knew that even at that point, if one of these guys panned out, it would be great. And ultimately, I think Phil Hughes probably did the best with the Yankees. He was critical in that 2009 playoffs. And then, Jabba had some good moments. Ian Kennedy ended up getting traded, but he brought back Curtis Granderson, I believe, in that deal. I believe it was Ian Kennedy to Arizona, maybe Max Scherzer to Detroit, and then Curtis Granderson to the Yankees. I believe that was it. There might have been more people involved. But belt tonight goes to the man of the hour, the real deal. WLBWF says, my odds jam money is on Luis Gil for Cy Young Award. And a lot of people saying the real deal. I'm glad to see that nickname is catching on. I called him Luis the Real Deal Gil literally after his first start. And the reason that I knew immediately that he was going to be a fantastic arm was just what scouts would call easy gas, right? It doesn't look like he's putting that much effort into his delivery, but the ball just explodes out of his hand. And he was 99, 100 miles an hour that night. Now, we knew he didn't have a ton of great breaking stuff at that point. He has made improvements in that area. The changeup has been absolutely wicked. Now, I can pull up his baseball savant statistics, but they're not going to be up to date through tonight. But I want you guys to take a look at Luis Gil. So hang on just a second. I've been saying for years that this guy was going to be a stud, and I'm glad that he is finally vindicating me because it's taken a while. He's pretty much red across the board. Pitching run value, 99th percentile. Fastball run value, 95th percentile. Breaking ball run value, 79th percentile. Off-speed value, 96th percentile. I'm not going to go through all of them because it would be repetitive, but Jesus, man, look at these numbers. This guy is incredible. And he finishes with a 1.91 ERA. He is 6-1. Actually, did he pick up his 7th win tonight? Let's find out real quick. They haven't listed. Yeah, he's 7-1 with a 1.99 ERA. Just incredible. Incredible. I mean, I don't see how you can take this guy out of the rotation, but they're going to have to. They're going to have to. I'm glad I'm not the one who has to tell him because, that could get a little bit scary. He's a big dude. Ziona Stunna says, is this technically his rookie season, even though he's had Major League service? Yes, he is still a rookie. He is still eligible for the Rookie of the Year award. Would not shock me if he won it, but there are some other good rookies in the major leagues. The Orioles got a number of guys, and it seems like the Orioles call up somebody every other day who makes an impact. Orioles a game and a half back. Yankees now 38-19. If they win tomorrow, they win the series and they get back to 20 games over 500. And then they take on the San Francisco Giants, which the Giants are not great. They have had some injury problems. They are 29-28, but they're not horrible. They've definitely had some injuries. They got Blake Snell back. He got off to a really tough start, had an ERA over 11. and had to go on the IL. And he basically came out and said in an interview, and we said this on Foul Territory the other day, that, spring training is super important for a big leaguer. Even though you think you're throwing well and you think that, you're in shape and all that stuff, it's just not the same as facing major league hitters, throwing against high school kids and college kids. You need to face major league pitchers, and that should be a lesson for these guys to sign sooner and not hold out for top dollar into, March, Would a $150 million contract have killed him? No. But, I think that's a blessing in disguise, because if the Yankees had given him that money, Luis Gil would be dominating Scranton Wilkes-Barre right now. And I think that Darth Darthius has it right. He says Gil deserves a gift basket from our hitters after tonight. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey.
Chris Schmidt says Rookie of the Year and Cy Young could be in Gil's future. I don't know if he's going to throw enough innings to get Cy Young. He's definitely going to have to sit down at some point. So I don't see that being realistic. But Rookie of the Year, he's got a real shot. But Volpi, absolutely on fire. He has been tearing it up, creeping up towards 300, as someone mentioned. And I don't know if he's going to hit 300 for the year, but the fact that he's even close means that he'll get there at some point. He's still young. He's still getting better. He's hitting line drives now. You don't see him taking that home run swing all the time. You know he has power, and he'll run into a hanger and destroy it. But right now he's hitting the ball line to line. He's taking the ball down the right field line. If you put one inside, he'll rip it down the left field line. He's being aggressive on the bases. And he made some outstanding plays on defense tonight. So I'm just super impressed by what we've seen from Anthony Volpi. Super impressed. And Requinick says Volpi is becoming an on-base machine. That is absolutely what you want from your leadoff man.
You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
Zuzu Boy says, did Derek pitch? I pitched a little bit, but my arm fell off, literally. This is a fake arm. It's not even real. But Joseph's Dream says, FYI, Gil is not leaving the rotation. We'll see. I would bet you at some point he will. They don't want this guy throwing 180, 200 innings. They don't. I mean, they're going to protect him. But anyway. All right, let's wrap it up. Take a few more.
I gotta get out of here!
Alan NY says, nice to go to bed with a win.
You gotta go.
Michael Pacioni says, why do they have to sit him? It's a health thing. Guys coming back from Tommy John, you don't want to push it too hard.
Game over, man. Game over.
AJ Thomasone says he'd like to see a 6-man rotation and let Cole ease into it and eventually move Nestor to the bullpen. I don't think that's going to happen, but it wouldn't shock me if that's the way the Yankees go. Francis Healy says Volpi is an all-star. 100% agree. And then Dylan Plays brings up a good point. Says Volpi's line drive in the 8th inning would have been gone at Yankee Stadium. He hit one to the warning track. So, he was just scorching the ball tonight. And I like that he's using right field. A lot of our hitters are just way more successful when they're taking the ball to right field, driving it with authority, and not trying to come out of their shoes and pull everything like Gleyber Torres is doing right now. But, all right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it. Come some comments about my dead arm here, and I just thought of that line from Major League. New haircut, same dead arm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we'll be back with highlights at some point in the near future. I'm working to get it resolved. If that happens, you'll be the first to know, I promise. But until then, we can roll with the individual player highlights like we had tonight and make our way. And I hope you had a good evening. And as always, like and subscribe. We are closing in on 40,000 subscribers. We're actually really close to 39,000 subscribers. We're about like 50 away. And then we've got the shop, NYYRecaps.shop. You can go get hats and shirts and hoodies and all that good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been feeling like shit all day, and it is now 12:22 a.m. So I'm going to call it a night. and I'll see you after Game 3.